Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us for another episode of Iron Panther Presents. Today, we shall be discussing Paradise, Season 1, Episode 5. And I say again, one of the best written shows on television. Like, I really like this show. It's a murder mystery. I'm focusing more on the murder mystery part than the sci-fi thing. I think that'll come later. But we're going to break down who killed Cal, when, how, what happened before, what happened after. I really want the rest of our reviews to kind of focus on that. But anyway, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. You can like on the video, comment on the video, share the video, watch the video till the end, please. And then leave your comments. Please leave some comments. We're doing pretty well with views and likes, and I appreciate that. At least 100 views is my standard, or whether or not we continue to review this thing week to week. And likes are fine, but no comments. We'd like to have some comments, please. Anyway, join the intro, and then Jamani and I will discuss this episode. All right. Oh, wait. I got to do it now. Wait. This is going to be funny. Wait. You ready? I got to do it.
This is awesome. This is amazing. I love it.
It was psychological. It was emotional.
Extremely entertaining.
But as always, as we try to say here, as we said, if you are new to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. And as we talk about this video, please like on the video and comment on the video, and we will get back to you as soon as possible. All right. Giovanni, it's just you and me this week. We had a whole conversation like earlier this week about this episode, like in depth. All right. So our goal is to try to say something new and act like we didn't already talk about this. So Giovanni, what do you think of this episode? What did you learn? What you got?
Yeah, I like that, the twist at the end, that everybody on the internet is talking about is it presumed innocence or what have you?
Oh, yeah. The apple, it was all the daughter in the end.
Yeah. But
that ending was trash, just for the record. That's how I personally felt. But this is far better. Anyway, go ahead.
I'm like, we know that this is we call it like science fiction, man-made. It's not like aliens or anything, but it reminded me of V with the whole writing in the sky. And I was like,
oh wow,
I read
you
red
like
sky
the
and everything like that. Yeah.
Okay, not the 80s version, but okay.
Yeah. The version with Morris Chestnut.
Yes. I ain't watched that shit. I watched the original. But anyway, let's move on. So you like the whole him standing defiantly in front of the light post because somehow he just knew there was a camera in there, and he somehow knew that Sinatra was watching him at that very moment, and he's like, I stand tall like Rocky? Is he Rocky at this point?
Well, Rocky didn't win the first movie, so
that's what I'm saying. So I'm not sure what you're trying to do right now. And like Eye of the Tiger, I'm like, that was actually more like Apollo teaching Rocky how to fight like a black man, as I felt. So I'm not sure what we're doing right here. Like I'm confused.
But as we spoke about, you got to weigh the probative value of I have an illegal pet versus I'm going to upset the whole ecosystem of this place. I'm like, one doesn't
outweigh the other. So now we're talking about Carl. We're introduced to Carl in this episode, the neighbor who has a cute little dog, and somehow he thought he was going to risk his life, actually, his safety, and the dog to put up a message for Xavier, because no one's going to figure out it was Carl that did it. Yes, they will. Like, so I don't get that either. I don't get that either. Also, let's back it up. What are they what does X know to say they're lying to you? What does he know at this moment? Nothing. He knows the president's dead. That's it. So, and he's a part of that lie. So what does he know that he's acting like he wants the people to question? Nothing. He knows nothing.
I think it's a matter of, I don't believe that Billy just, that he killed himself or, he just died.
Okay, let's go down this road. None of this is investigated. Nothing. He sees Billy's dead body. He don't even look at the pills. Jane made a very, very, sophisticated effort. She went to a lot of effort of acting like he overdosed. None of this is looked into. None of it. So that means nothing. And who knows Billy besides, the Secret Service and gives a fuck? Like, it's just Cal at this point, and he died of natural causes. So I'm like, what X is trying to
achieve? Cal died of natural causes.
That's the story. That's what I'm saying. That's the only lie that Xavier knows, that that the president died of natural causes, and that's what the community knows. That's the only lie that he knows for a fact Sinatra put out there to the people. That's my point.
Where is, we don't even see this new president at all. Like,
the vice president.
Shouldn't he be going into work guarding this new president or something? Like, what is Xavier's job now?
He doesn't have one. I mean, to your question, he doesn't have one. The new president, the vice president, who's now president, did not speak at the eulogy of the previous president. So he did nothing. So I mean, and Sinatra didn't speak either. Which would be important because these are two key figures to keep the society, at bay.
The ex-wife didn't, or I don't know if their divorce is.
No, they're still married.
Yeah,
he told Robinson, as soon as my term is over, I'm gonna get a divorce in scandal style, as you like to bring up. I'll marry you after I leave my wife.
I didn't even see her there.
No, she was there. They focused on her when Jeremy was speaking. So she was there, but she said nothing also. So he's trying to stand defiantly. I get that, but you don't put the whole community in uproar and destabilize all these people unless you have evidence of something. And he has nothing right now. He doesn't even know about the pad that Presley has.
No, but he's like, yo, we're about to go on the run. Go on the run where?
Also true. Very good, Jemani. So if Sinatra can put random cameras in light posts, you don't think that she can put cameras in every damn house? That she already doesn't have cameras in every house and every building down there, and she can just follow you around? Also very true. So this we're going on the run doesn't make any sense.
And I'm like, if there are cameras everywhere, I hope that's true, because then that would make sense to why Gabrielle has to take Xavier into the shower and then whisper it in his ear there. Like, this is the only place there's no cameras, and the water will, quiet,
drown out our voices.
Yeah.
To an extent. True. Anyway, come on. I want to get the bigger fish to fry. All right. So I want to talk about who killed Cal. What did we learn? Why is the father important? Kane. Kane is his name. And that kind of stuff. All right. So based on what we finally caught live, thank you so much for hanging out with us. We appreciate you. Again, what are your thoughts? What are your theories? All right, Jemani, what is your theory as of today? Who killed Cal and why? And how did Presley get the pad?
I don't know. Maybe I'm starting to think that the Hispanic you call it the guy who watches all the security cameras. I think he
Garcia.
Yeah.
You think Garcia did it?
If he didn't do it, I think he had something to do with it in some sort of way.
Okay, because he controls the cameras.
Yeah, I'm like, he doesn't notice until after that the thing is frozen, or like he should have, noticed that immediately. Like, there's nothing happening.
All right, so you feel like Garcia has something to do with it?
Yeah.
All
Whether
right, so
Sinatra
their wristbands
says,
are
you know,
waterproof? I guess
huh?
so. Wrote, I guess their wristbands are waterproof. I mean, you would think they have to be. I mean, iPhones are waterproof, so
Yeah, Apple Watches are waterproof.
Apple's waterproof. Stacy's here. So Stacy unfortunately can't be with us on camera, so she asked me to relay her theory. Okay. So to the cigarette and to what Cal was putting together. What do the numbers mean on the cigarette? So Stacy's theory is that it's the Dewey Decimal System, that he made CDs with information for Jeremy and then wrote the Dewey Decimal System where to find the book for Jeremy on the cigarette, and then hid the book with the CDs in the library at this point, I guess. And that's what he was doing in the library. That's why he had to go to the library. He couldn't burn CDs in his own house, which I'm pretty sure he would have that technology considering how much he loves to make CDs.
As we discussed, I said the same theory, and I said, but then that means that this is like some sort of treasure hunt, and you need to ensure that everybody gets every single clue aligned to figure out the end game. So if one piece of the puzzle is missing, then the whole thing is fucked. So I'm like,
it's a lot of moving parts.
Yeah,
there's a lot of moving parts. Yes, Garcia, the whole Secret Service is in on this. Garcia, Brooks, Rainey may play a part. I still think the 6-digit number has to do with a particular plane. I know why you think that, because they showed the number and then they showed the tail number like right after that. So I could see that. I could see that being a thing. I went back to the first episode and I listened to Garcia run Xavier through the final moments of Cal, with some timestamps and that kind of thing. Because I feel like if we don't keep going back to that, we're not gonna see how all these new puzzle pieces fit into that timeline, and then it's all gonna come together. And I think, the father did it. Kane hit Cal with a golf club, specifically in a delusional dementia state. And once he figured out what he did, somehow he called Sinatra. Sinatra got Jane to clean it up. The pad is already gone. I feel like Presley was there for game night. For some reason, she went upstairs. So she went upstairs, got the pad. Cal gave it to her because he's like, I probably ain't gonna make it out of this shit. And and your dad's the only man that I trust. Keep this safe, because it was already out. It was already out on his nightstand when Xavier left him, and he was the last one to see him officially. And he already had the pad in his hand. So no one broke into the safe to get it because it was already out. He gave it to Presley. Presley took it home. As she was leaving, Kane is coming back and sees her. And then he goes to see Cal and he kills him.
Xavier sees Cal on the floor that morning. He immediately goes around the room and checks the safe. I'm like, that is like he knew something about the pad. Like,
I was thinking about that too, Stacy. Like, this could be some iRobot shit, or like the victim somehow orchestrated his own death to bring attention to the situation. He was having a bad day, bro. Like, everybody shitted on him. His dad, his son, his girlfriend, even Xavier was like, I won't sleep well until you're dead. I'm like, dude, you having a very bad day. Very bad day.
I'm like, what type of president has enough time to make handmade pasta for dinner?
We're focused on the wrong things, bro. I mean, I hear you. We gotta get back to this timeline. The timeline is important. So Okay, so this is what happened. So according to Garcia, all right, so we got that Robinson was already gone. He tries to have dinner with his son. His son stands him up. He calls Robinson over for some draws. That don't work out. She leaves the earrings. She leaves the earrings on the nightstand. He tells her where the guns are at. He don't get no draws. She leaves. All right. They show that the father left the main house at 9:30. All right. He's officially on camera leaving at 9:30. And we saw their initial conversation. All right. Then at 10:04, Xavier comes back to check on Cal before he goes to bed. The pad is out. They're having a conversation about, will you ever forgive me? Xavier's like, absolutely not. You gotta wait till you're dead. But the pad is out. Cal is alive. Robinson is gone. Dad is gone. And then the cameras go out from 10:42 to 12:13. Garcia figured out that was the moment that everything went dark, right? Billy was laying up.
I'm like, so when Xavier goes home, is his daughter there? Does his daughter sneak out afterwards? Is his daughter already there?
After he left Cal at 10:04. All right. Lights go out at 10:42. That's when Billy laid on the couch. So it would record him like he's sleeping, so he could put it on the loop for game night. So Xavier goes home. Presley comes over at around 10:40 something. Some after when the camera is off. That's when she comes over for game night. It's her, it's Jane, and it's Billy. That's what's happening. For some reason, again, Presley goes upstairs, runs into Cal. Cal gives her the pad, which is already out. He's still smoking on the same cigarette because the cigarette was on the ground, barely smoked, but it was still burning, right? He gives her the pad. She leaves. I'm saying this is where Kane, his dad, comes in again. He's the only one that lives on the compound that Secret Service doesn't have to let in. So unless Ramsey or fucking Garcia or the other guy killed him, it was the dad. The dad went up there, hit him with the golf club. It was a crime of passion, and like it was not planned.
So what was this whole balcony mess like?
So at some point, Kane kills him. He's all distraught and shit. Somehow, though, Cal has to come back into the room because when Xavier leaves him, he's outside smoking a cigarette outside, but his body is found inside. The glass is found inside. The cigarette box is covered in blood. Someone picked that thing up and put it on the counter, on the nightstand next between the earrings. It's the earrings, the bloody cigarette, and a book. So the killer or whoever tried to clean it up tried to put that on the nightstand. So someone did that. Someone jumped the balcony. I hear you. It wasn't the father by no means. Maybe the person who came over to clean it up. Maybe it was Jane. I feel like Jane is the one that cleaned up after somehow Kane called Sinatra. Sinatra tells Jane to clean this shit up. And they're like, where's the pad though? The pad is gone. They don't know. Like the dad remembers. The dad remembers seeing Presley, but it's all mixed up in his head. So like when he figures his shit out and he tells Sinatra, she's going to be like, we got to go find Presley.
Okay, so I just want to get this clear. All the previous videos we've done, the rest of the team has been like, oh, Gabby's behind it. I haven't heard her name at all in this new theory. So I'm like, is she off the table now?
No. She's the mastermind of the overall thing. That's what I'm saying. Gabby is the one that got Sinatra to be who she is. The father and Sinatra are like this, all right? Because the father's the one that told, especially this episode, they made it very clear that everything that Cal has done to this point has been his dad. you are going to be you are going to go into politics. You don't have a choice about that. Once Samantha contacts the dad and says, the world is going to end and we need to build this underground facility for whoever's left, then he directs his son to be like, you're going to become president and we need the resources to build this thing. Gabby is the mastermind behind the whole thing in the big scheme of things. Gabby, when Cal goes to see Gabby the morning before and he's still in his robe, he says, again, he just found, so a day before he died, he finds out, he talks to his dad who's going through dementia. The dad mentions Sniper and the 4 sailors who died, and he's like, he don't know what the hell he's talking about. I don't know. It's plot convenience that somehow he's like, I need to go check the iPad of classified secrets.
I'm like, does dementia make you like sleep hard as hell? Because like he doesn't wake up at all. Like, just give me your hand, drop it down. Like, just he.
I don't. Again, plot convenience, but it doesn't make sense. It makes absolutely no sense that Sinatra would give a man going through dementia any kind of access to highly classified information that would reveal that there's life on the surface, that they killed the scientist, that she ordered the murder of the scientist.
I'm like, dude, Sinatra is supposed to know everything, but I'm like, is the dementia somewhat hidden?
No.
Like only certain people know?
There's no way she doesn't know that. He was having a touch of dementia when they first got down there. I'm just saying now he's completely off the rails. It's been a few years, so he's completely off the rails now. So she clearly talked to him about this when he was still somewhat in his right mind. Because he helped start the thing. Okay. But like, why would he still have access? Why would Cal be able to access the server with those specific files? That also doesn't make any sense if you don't want him to listen to them, and they want you to believe that he's never ever checked any of the files related to the surface survey until he talks to his dad, who was talking gibberish.
And I'm like, it's on his iPad, right?
No, it's on the server. It's not. It's on a server. The iPad is accessing the server.
Okay. Does the father have an iPad of his own?
To your point, that's what should have happened. He should have went to go confront his dad. He should have found his dad's iPad, and on that's the thing that can access the server. That would have made more sense. And then she should know that someone accessed these files, and be like, why would the system should be able to tell her that the father accessed these secret files on Cal's.
No, but you don't need to know that because he flat out just told her. But we never saw the end of the conversation.
Also true, but I'm saying she should have known that before that moment, is what I'm saying. But before that moment, he went to talk to Gabby and said, if something happens to me, you need to look into Billy. She should not know what he's talking about, but she still tells Sinatra. Sinatra should be like, what is he talking about? But once she has the conversation with Cal, then the conversation with Gabby makes sense. And he's like, oh shit, like he knows what Billy did, and I'm the one that told Billy to do it. And she's like, this dude got to go. Like I feel like that's where they were.
I don't think that is necessarily. Gabby tells Sinatra that he said something about Billy. I think maybe the room is bugged and she heard it. She just overheard it. I don't think Gabby's just running and telling everything.
Why not? If she built the place, like she's not some unwitting partner in this. Like she is knee deep into this conspiracy. Like she would have told her. She definitely would have told her.
All right, I'll put it to you this way. If that was the case, I don't think that she would have gone through the lengths of telling Xavier the same thing.
You don't know what she's trying to achieve. She could be trying to find the pad. Her and Sinatra should be like, where the hell is that pad? So she could be like, I gotta earn his trust. I gotta get him some draws, and he's gonna help me find that pad. They may think he's the one that has it, and it's actually his daughter, and they just haven't got there yet. But anyway, hold on. I think Cal gave Xavier some information after he said, "I won't sleep until you're gone," kind of like he did Robinson. Notice on the video, we never see Xavier leave on camera like we did Robinson. I hear you. So where did Xavier go? So he was running around, maybe looking into whatever message Cal gave him. Also, real quick to this point, Cal ripped. It looked like, I think Cal spoke the notes. He did a hand translation of what he heard on the iPad. Right? He couldn't take it off. He hand wrote it. He went to the library and he spoke it. There was a mic in front of him. So I think he was like, "Hey, Jeremy," like he was reading it to him, hoping one day Jeremy would listen to the CD. So it probably has a couple of songs, so people would think it's a music CD, but eventually it's Cal, and Cal's telling him this is and this and this and this and that kind of stuff. I think that's one. And then he ripped the pages out of his notebook, and I swore he put it in the book that he picked up. They made a point of not showing us the book that he picked up. I don't know.
I'm like, we don't know exactly when he gave James and the Giant Peach to the son, though.
Who gave it? Who? Okay, so Cal gave the son the book?
Yeah, I'm saying Cal gave Xavier's son James and the Giant Peach, but we don't know when that happened, because that morning that he died, the father sees him with it, and he's like, "Yeah, the president gave it to me." But so it's not like as though it's something old. He gave it to him fairly recently, but we don't know when exactly.
Okay, so maybe something's in the book. So maybe the pages are in the book.
Possibly.
Stacy says there's only 2,500,000 constituents. 25,000 constituents. He has plenty of time to make homemade pasta. Also, he ain't doing a lot of like leading. So this whole bullshit that he has to stay married and before he can marry Robinson doesn't make any sense. Like, what governing are you doing, and who's gonna run against you? Like, it's
no. They should have made it like the uber rich that are down there are racist, and I gotta wait till I'm out of office to get with you.
Speaking of this, and thank you for this segue, I was so happy that there was no unnecessary racing bullshit coming out of Kane. Because when he mentioned Tiger Woods, I'm like, damn it, don't do it. And he didn't. When we heard about Robinson, I just knew, and he saw Presley. I was like, please God, don't make him some old racist guy with dementia or some other bull. And none of that happened. So 2 points for this show. Who jumped off the balcony? Presley, Jeremy, or Jane? I don't
think it was Jeremy, because Jeremy and Kane are having some sort of, I don't know, cathartic role-playing scene, which I don't think would have happened if Jeremy had actually killed him.
I see. Presley, I think it could have been Presley, but no. Presley, that implies that she was there when he was killed. And I believe, again, he was alive when she left. I can't believe she saw a dead man and just went home and went to sleep, put on her clothes the next morning, and made breakfast for her brother and dad. I cannot believe that. So I gotta feel alive when she left, which means he willingly gave that to her. The dog did it, possibly in an alternate scenario. No, Stacey, not Lucy. Lucy Wild, you don't know what's going on with that dog. Gabby is not off the hook. The Greek goddess. Gabby, again, she's the mastermind of all this shit. You're gonna find out. Like Sinatra's really like listening to Gabby. Like she's the one that's kind of guiding. I agree. The wife is very much off camera. That could be on purpose. Like they're doing very little with her, and Sinatra's husband is also kind of not really there, even though he is a player. The bookmark thing. again, I feel like the writer puts things. They made a very big point of talking about how Kane was talking about how he put the bookmark to be a secret message to his wife. So Kane did the same thing for Jeremy. There's a bookmark. The CD somehow or something is a bookmark for Jeremy, but we've never seen the man actually, the young man actually read anything at the library. So I'm not sure how we're gonna get there, to be real. But I feel like that's what we're doing. Samantha knew about the dementia when Cal told her, about it. Yeah, at the seminar. It was just starting. So she knew something was a little bit off. It doesn't make any sense that she would give him any kind of access to these files. Okay, so is the woman that the scientists found, is that Xavier's wife?
It would be plot convenience.
It would be hell of plot convenience. I mean, I'd be like, come on, bruh. But the Creole thing. Also, Stacy noticed this. I didn't. So Stacy reminded me that they said she speaks Creole or something like that. Whoever the mysterious woman is. And then they're bringing her back. So how far did they walk to find this woman? And the last time we heard about her, she was working in Atlanta, which is why he said that. But that was probably years ago. I mean, up until now. So that's probably a couple years ago. But plot convenience, it was her, and now she's in paradise under lock and key. Only Sinatra knows. Only Sinatra knows at this point, since Billy's dead. And Gabby knows. Which is another reason why she slept with Xavier. Because she's like, I'm sleeping with your husband.
It would make sense. Because I'm like, I kill the scientist, right? And whoever's out there, bring them back here, right? So that I know how much they know and how much whoever they are affiliated with knows.
Yes.
Keep them under lock and key, and or dispose of them at my will. But yeah, you gotta get some intel out of what they know and how many other people may be lurking, around this mountain.
True. Also, real quick, character development. I think it was important that they showed us that Cal was not an alcoholic, that he actually didn't like drinking in 1997 when he talked to his dad about it, and he became this way. Like, once he found out that the world's going to end and that, like, you are responsible of identifying the people who are going to survive this, and you can't tell anybody, you can't tell the public, that pressure caused him to drink and deal with that bullshit. He had to carry the weight of it, and that's why he became an alcoholic. I think they made a point of showing that it was the father, like the pressure from the father and everything he had to do and that kind of stuff. Also, they mentioned radiation, which again takes me back to the thing that it's like a nuclear war that happened. It wasn't a natural, it wasn't climate change that destroyed the world.
So I'm like, why does his son
hate him so much?
Yeah. Like,
I think it's the same thing why Xavier hates him. They believe that he is the leader of all this shit, and he knew that the world was gonna end and didn't tell anybody. That he just let it happen. And that's what he means. Like, you didn't fight back. Like, you just his son is a spoiled asshole, like, for one. Like, just maybe because I'm older now, but I was like, that little boy needs the shit slapped out of him. Like, you are spoiled as fuck. But I think that's what it is. And Xavier feels the same way, that he knew when the time was coming, and he did not allow him to get his wife. That it wasn't, I don't think he believes it was an accident that his wife couldn't be there. And they make a point of saying she's a scientist, and it could have been an accident, but I think we're gonna find out that somehow Sinatra and Gabby were responsible somehow. Like, maybe she knew too much about the project or something, and it was on purpose. Presley,
or maybe that she knew that it wasn't, or maybe I think that his wife is a scientist and she knew that it was bullshit. Because it is bullshit. We see that there's air, people are outside or whatever, because you're not just wondering. We actually know for a fact life
Well, these are
can
different
go on
bullshits.
out, huh?
These are different bullshits. No, like where is that scientist? Where's the scientist who said all this was coming, which they still haven't shown us? But that would only imply that she knew before the world ended that the world was not going to end the way the scientists said it, and
Yeah, and
therefore
that
they
would make
caught.
sense as to why, yeah, you can't come with us because you know that this is all a charade. Because think about it, Sinatra is making money out of this. Like it's
How?
all these. So you think these million and billionaires? Oh, we just like millionaires and billionaires. No, they paid to be here.
She's not making money. To your point, they paid the money to build this place, and that's why they probably have better houses than everybody. But I don't see a currency going on that she's getting richer down there. I mean, I don't see how that's a thing. I mean,
But I'm
but
like, all right, so they built an environment where she's in charge of it, right?
yes,
So she wants to hold on to that power.
yeah, of course. I mean, I'm not arguing with that. I'm not arguing with that. But now it's taking on like that kind of apocalyptic, like Walking Dead type of vibe, where it's like we gotta we gotta hold our city from those people who are out there, and that's a whole different type of shows we discussed last week. I hope they don't necessarily go that route.
That's season two. Season two.
But where she got it from is the question. Okay, so you saying Presley gave it to James. So where did Presley get it from? I don't. Okay, so let's go down this road. Cal gives her the book, which establishes their relationship, and then that night he gives her the pad. Okay, okay, because Xavier looked extremely shocked that he even had the book. Like he was like, "What the like? What?" Like James was like, "Hey, Dad, I got this book." So there could be something there. There could be something there. His wife was from Memphis, so I don't know why she would be speaking only Creole when they. That's a good point too. But I mean, you don't know necessarily. I mean, maybe her parents were from Louisiana, some shit, and that kind of thing. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. That's good. That's a good point. Um, I still feel like it's the wife. And she was out there for a couple of years. Maybe they had to come up with a new again, Walking Dead, where people come up with languages all of a sudden and create societies and shit. And maybe that's where she learned it. Maybe that's where maybe she had to learn it with the people she was around. Maybe that was the thing. What's going on, DeMarcus? Tomorrow we're gonna do family business. Tomorrow I'm gonna go see the Black Captain America in about an hour. So we're gonna do Captain America tomorrow and New Orleans tomorrow. And what else? Is that it? I feel like that's it. Is anything else on our roster?
I don't. Yeah, we haven't said anything. I thought we were talking some Tubu movies, but we haven't committed to anything.
Yeah, we settled on that. No. So just Captain America and New Orleans tomorrow, because March is gonna bring all kinds of stuff that we gotta start reviewing.
No, like next week we've got 1923.
Oh, now we're gonna do that as a season. We're not doing that week to week, bro. We're not. No. This ain't the channel for one. Like we ain't got those kind of viewers. That's a prequel. That is a prequel, bro. So like clearly the Duttons are going to be fine because John comes eventually. So I mean, we'll do that. We'll do that as a season. Dates. I don't know if this matters. But when Cal was going through the files, the first survey message was June 23rd, and first contact was June 26th. They haven't put any days on anything, so I don't know. They're just trying to give it some realism, for that. But I don't know if the dates are going to matter when they start really getting into these kind of details.
I don't think so because, like, we don't know the time period for anything. How long has it been since these explorers went up there? How long? We don't know how long anything.
No, I disagree. I feel like it's like 3 or 4 years. I think he just started his second term, which is why he said my term is going to be up in a couple of months. He's technically on his second term. It's about 3 or 4 years.
But I'm like, are they still governing under U.S. law of 2 terms, or is he just like, is this a new civilization down there. Like,
I think the new is still in the continental United States, so I feel like they just brought America down there. So for some normacy and some some continuity, they're continuing his administration. That's what they did. Where's the Joint Chiefs of Staff, the 4-star Air Force general that gave Xavier the brief? There was a lot of senior people in that room when Xavier found out the world was about to end that are not anywhere. Like, I'm like, where are all these people? Like, I that seems weird that they didn't make it onto into paradise. But then, here I go again on my own. I feel like that should have been the theme. That should have been the last song. I feel like Cal was on his own trying to figure out this mystery because he didn't think he was going to be around much longer. And Xavier was on his own, standing defiantly in front of the light post. I feel. I mean, I like Rocky 3 myself, but I just didn't feel like it was a thing. Ultimately,
I don't know. It had enemy of the state vibes, like when he's looking at like the smoke detector and stuff like that.
I see. I like that. I like that. True. That being said, let's go down this road. You would think that Sinatra would put cameras inside Xavier's house, not on a random light post outside his house. Like, that doesn't make any sense. Like, you think he's gonna be on the street talking about this great conspiracy? Like,
I don't know, but he's already suspicious as to be like, yeah, I noticed that there's a new light post, so there might be a camera in there. Like,
well, he should, to this point, he should have been checking his house, not the random light post outside. He should have been checking his house. So Sinatra should have been all over that shit. I mean, at this point,
if that's the case, like, shouldn't he be like, all right, if you're gonna be checking and looking everywhere, the first place you look when you have a teenage kid is between
under the mattress.
Yeah, so
that's how I got caught. I'm not gonna say what, but I did get caught. I mean, so I do understand. But why would he though? What did he have to suspect his daughter about, if anything?
I don't know.
Exactly. So he has
like, as a Secret Service agent, you're hyper vigilant, right? He should be able to notice her behavior has changed, or she's trying to conceal or hide something. He should be very in tune to things like that.
He's also a father with a teenager, and he's also trying to protect the president. He got a couple things going on. But shit, I was going somewhere with this. Protect the president, teenage daughter. Shit. Why did I forget? Anyway, now remember when the explorers went back, it was only 6 months after being in paradise. Hence, what I'm saying is about that it's the second term, so it's about that 3 to 4 year window. But you're right though; they're on down there 6 months, and they said, "Hey, people just need to know that we made an effort to see that there's life out there." I think 3 years into this, Sinatra somehow knows that there's like civilizations up there, like there's a living city up there, and he also that's why when he pulled out the pad. Cal looked at Xavier and said, "This is all the secrets. This is what's not like." He knew that all that Explorer information was on there. The woman was on there, and in his way, he was trying to tell Cal that, like, this is it. As I told him, as he said before, actually, all the major secrets of the world are on this pad, but it's actually not. Again, it's on a server. But he was wrestling with knowing all this information. And it's like, who do I tell and how do I don't know why he didn't tell Robinson, actually. If he told her about the guns, why didn't he tell her about that? And why didn't he tell her, hey, I may not be making it? Like, he told Gabby he might die. Why didn't he tell his girlfriend? Why didn't he tell Xavier?
Well, because both of they weren't really feeling him at the time.
Well, Gabby wasn't really necessarily feeling him, but I'm saying this.
But she was like his therapist in a sense, like,
But you should kind of tell if he told the therapist, the one person I trust is this guy, but he don't tell this guy that, hey, I think my life is in danger.
No,
Like,
it's one of those things where it's like, I don't know, like if you're arguing with your significant other or something like that, and you're like, tell her,
what
you
I
know,
said.
yeah, what I said, or I love her, or whatever, if something happens to me, because she's not really receptive to that right now. So, you
All right.
know,
Okay. That could be it. That could be it. That could be it. I feel all right. So right now, that's where I'm at, y'all. Father killed the son. Oh, that's all I wanted to say, which was a beautiful scene. It was a beautiful written scene. Grandfather and grandson talking to each other as if the other is Cal was that's some This Is Us type shit. Like that was high level. I did like that. And both of them apologizing. I forgive you, Dad. Fuck you, Jeremy. Forgive him for what? For what? Again, and his whole eulogy was very, very self-absorbed. Like, fuck you. Like, he got on my nerves. But at some place he said he was sorry and that kind of shit. And daddy says, I'm sorry for all of it. I'm sorry. He killed his son. Like, he did that shit. Like,
I'm like, I think that all of these songs that we're seeing in the soundtrack are on this mixtape, and when we get to like episode 8, then we'll get his message or what have you. We'll have run out of the music tracks, and I'm like, who is burning a CD in 2025? Like,
well, if you're underground and you ain't got much else to do, like,
you don't have iPods, you don't have MP, like.
I hear you. Well, actually, that's what he was putting on the CD. Like he was. So again, he's putting audio tracks. I stand by this. He's speaking. He is speaking. He is speaking, and he's making people think it's music because what they played was the soundtrack. Well, he was playing in his ears. He was talking. He was talking. That is nothing but tracks. Hey, Jeremy, I found this information. I need you to know this. Da 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 da. And he made tracks out of it. I don't know how Jeremy's going to get it though. Where did he put the CD? That's where we need to ask the question. Where's the CD
all right,
now?
so what if that guy, who's the librarian or whatever, what if he overheard that and he dropped dime?
No, let's go. I like where you're going with that, but let's go back to the two guards who were with him, which was Ramsey and what's the guy? Brooks. Rainey and Brooks. Those were the two Secret Service agents who were with him, to your point, when he was making this thing. Maybe one of them is a killer or whatever, works for Sinatra. Maybe Rainey or Brooks snitched on him, to your point.
Okay.
But I feel, and maybe one of them helped clean up the mess after Dad killed Cal. But I feel like one of those two would have snitched first before. But again, maybe again, they made a point of not showing us the book that he picked up, because he did. He picked up a book. He made a CD. He wrote his son's name on it. We don't know what happened to the CD, and he was ripping pages out of his notebook, which he had in his jacket, his bathrobe. After he got done speaking them, after he made the CD, that's when he ripped the pages out. So where are the pages? So I feel like maybe he put the pages in the book and put the CD somewhere else. But which book? Where did he put the book? And where's the CD? We don't know.
The son has the CD because he's talking about the Poison song and all this other stuff. So I'm like, I think he has the CD. He just hasn't gotten to the actual voice note or memo. Huh?
He's never listened to a CD. He generally says, my dad likes this song. These are general statements, not that he's sitting back listening to the last CD. We should, to your point, we should get a scene where he's like, I just want to sit back and listen to the last CD my dad made, which has my name on it. And then we're like, boom. And then we can get to it. You guys think Samantha will do something to James or Presley? She's pretty much threatened him to take a leave of absence and leave it alone after telling him how it feels to lose a child. I think as I said, I think once Kane becomes lucid enough to say, "Hey, I saw Presley there that night before I went to go see Cal and I killed Cal." Samantha will figure out that Presley likely is the one with the pad, and then that's why she'll go after her, because she wants to try to find the pad is what she's trying to do. He's old school. Yeah. It's just interesting.
The grandfather was Kane. I think he thinks that he saw the daughter leaving the bedroom or something like that. And I think he thinks that she did it because he's like, you were there that night or whatever. Like it seems very accusatory of something.
No, I think it's discovery. It's realization, because Jeremy was talking to him like, you're crazy and you're old, and you got her confused with daddy's girlfriend. And that was really for us. It was really for us to be like, no, I saw her. I don't get all black girls confused. Like, I saw her. And then that, I think it was more that. And again, maybe it will come back to him to be like, oh, that was when I was when he saw her. When did he see her? Because according to Garcia, he left at 9:30. He left the residence at 9:30. So how did he see her at all if he did not go back into the house after 10:42 when game night started?
That's what I'm saying. Well, if it wasn't in the house, maybe whatever happened, she ran off. Like, say for instance, he was killed on the balcony or what have you, and he stumbles and falls back in because he's like facing the door as he collapsed or whatever, maybe stumbled back in, but it happened on the balcony, and whoever did it jumped over the balcony, and she just ran into like the guest house or something when all she saw whatever was happening. And that's why the grandfather's like, yeah, you were there that night.
Okay, so she saw the murder.
Yeah.
And doesn't tell anybody. How did she get the pad? I'll go down the road.
I'm like, what if there was like a struggle or something and the pad went over the balcony and she happened to be like down there? She grabs it before like the killer jumps over to to get it after killing, and it's just gone.
Okay. All right. So she hears the struggle because now she's down on the first floor.
Yeah.
Okay. Someone is fighting with Cal upstairs, kills them, doesn't see the pad. Somehow the pad loses in the shuffle, in the struggle.
Yeah, they go after they finish setting up the scene, whatever. They jump over the balcony to get the iPad, to get the tablet, but it's gone. She's already taken it and fled.
Let's back this up. How did they set up the scene?
With the whole cigarette and like the cigarette box being on the dresser, and all that stuff.
Because that's possible. I just feel like this. At first, we thought this was some kind of planned hit or whatever. And I'm like, it wasn't. It wasn't, because Jane proved that when push comes to shove, she can easily kill. Anyone can easily just kill someone with very little effort and blood. I mean, that just makes it messy for no reason. So clearly Sinatra had to be involved, because as Robinson pointed out, the DNA from that night did not make it to the lab. Sinatra stopped that because that would prove that the dad did it. And she's like, no. So she's trying to protect, because then people start looking at him. Why were you there? What did you see? Da 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 da. So I feel like she's trying to cover up for the dad. That's a good question. How or where did he see Presley? I've been struggling with that minute-to-minute timeline. I say again, after 10:42, that's why Garcia did not see Presley. She was there for game night. Jamani's theory makes more sense because we haven't established that she and Cal had some kind of personal relationship. Like, why would she go upstairs and explore the house just cause? I mean, James wasn't there, so it wasn't like she was looking for him. So why was she just walking around the house and run into Cal? The pad fell, let's say that, on the first floor, which where she was. Maybe she was trying to leave or whatever, and she picks up the pad, but it's in perfect condition. So like, how is that possible if he didn't hand it to her? Like that, that's my problem with. Daddy went back to that room. He went back up there. That's classic movie shit. He went back up there to talk to his son. His son said, "I'm going to tell everybody what happened." And in this episode, when he gives the whole speech about, "You will be a great man and I will drag you kicking and screaming there if I have to," that kicked in. He was like, "You are not going to ruin your legacy and my legacy by telling people what happened," and he killed them to keep him quiet. I feel like that's what happened. And then he woke up.
You really think that this old man was capable of killing,
hitting his son with a golf club? Yeah, he's fully capable. They showed him aggressively. He didn't beat him to death, Jamani. Someone hit him on top of the head one good time. That's it. He didn't fight the person. He hit him with a golf club and put him down. That's it. Yeah, he could have did that. Absolutely. He wasn't stabbed. He wasn't beaten. It didn't take a lot of physical effort to kill Cal. He was drunk as fuck anyway. It wouldn't have been that difficult. How do you think he was killed?
I have no idea. I'm like, I had no, like, if we talked last week and you said, "Where's the iPad?" Presley would have not been on the list at all. So
I was like, what is I need that story, because this is not making any kind. But again, game night. That's why she was there. But again, why would she be upstairs? Why would she be upstairs and talking to Cal on some kind of personal level? Unless he is the one that gave her the book. But how would he know that book meant so much to the family? That doesn't make sense either. That doesn't make sense. X just told him that story. So it doesn't make sense. Maybe she got it from the library. Okay. So now we're back to the library thing. Robinson claimed that Kane and Jessica's alibi checked out.
Maybe when he listened to it, and because we didn't hear everything that Cal heard on the tablet, maybe he heard his wife's voice, and that's when he gave the son the book after going to the library and everything, and that's like some sort of message or something that she's still alive or something, like, because he's all in code with everything, so maybe that has some sort of significance.
I don't know. Well, so Robinson claimed that Kane and Jessica's alibi checked out. Kane lives on the property, so the only alibi he could have said was, "I was in my room," and if the Secret Service agent said, "Yeah, he was in the room," then that's it. I mean, he has far more access than anyone else. Is my only problem with this. And old man strength. But no, he's crazy man strength. I mean, he's going through dementia. He has fits of anger, which they showed you in this. He gets physical when he gets confused and that kind of thing. He did it a couple of times. So it is possible. It is possible. When they first revealed that the dad had dementia, I included him as a suspect. So I can totally see your theory being true. I love how we're making this a murder mystery, because I love it.
We still keep leaving out the wife. Once we get the wife's backstory, because if you when they said look into Billy at the end of, was that episode 3, and then we got episode 4, we knew all of the stuff that was his backstory, right? If we get the wife's backstory, we were like, yeah, she might have did it, and she had the time, and it was plausible, or
I,
you know.
the problem is, how does she get into the house? If you don't live on the compound, it takes a code to get into the house. Like, how does she get in and out? Is my
I'm
question.
like, if she was the first lady, I would think that she would know the code.
She couldn't even get to the house when the man was dead. Like, she was begging and pleading to get into the house the next day when Cal was dead. I disagree. Like, if she lived on the compound, I will go with you on this. And then it would be like, that's why they make a point of not showing her on camera. Because he did say she doesn't like me. She probably didn't vote for me. What happened? Did he tell her the world's about to end, but we can't tell anybody? And then she says, you ain't shit. Like, did she kill him because he's cheated on her with another woman? Was that the thing? Did she walk in, see the earrings, and be like, you gave this bitch some earrings and then kill them? That's possible. That's possible. But we haven't established motive as we know it. Again, we got other episodes to watch. What would be her motive?
Well, the affair is like probably like the red herring that's on the top of the list, but
Yeah,
I don't think it might necessarily be that.
yeah. I mean, you're right. I mean, that would be more classic. Maybe Billy gave Presley the tablet at the end of episode 3 when he was outside of the house. Oh, that's right. He saw her. He saw her through the window. That's what you're talking about. When he drove up and it's like, there's issues with Billy, and they made a point of Billy seeing her. And they try to, some misdirect that maybe he was a danger. Because weren't they in bed together?
Who was in?
I'm sorry. Gabby and X were fucking. Like, they were at her house.
Yeah.
They were at her house when she said, hey, the president said Billy's a problem. So
Yeah.
You're right. Presley was home by herself. It was Presley and James. It was Presley and James.
Well, that's not by yourself, James would say, but all right.
Well, and no parent. That's what I'm saying. My point is, it is plausible that Billy on game night. That doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make it's like, yeah, I want to be Uncle Billy for one more night, even though I've taken the risk of putting your daughter in danger, because when I tell you the whole story the next day, right?
Nah.
Yeah, your daughter has a tablet.
Cal would not have given the pad to Billy. There's no way in the world. So that doesn't. Also, why was Billy still on the protection detail? Well, that was he had less than a day. I mean, he found out like the day before he died that Billy was the sniper and that kind of stuff. But it's weird that he was still there. I mean, still working there. I mean, I think Billy has done more than just take out the 4 explorers that he knew Xavier would cut him off, but he didn't take out Cal because of what he said to Samantha. He didn't. No, he didn't kill Cal. He didn't kill Cal. I agree. It was the dad. Final. That's. I'm writing that out. I feel like if this episode, if all the focus on golf and his dad's anger issues and how you got to be a great man, and I'm gonna make you a great man whether you want to be or not, shit comes together.
No, but you got to think about this is the writer of This Is Us, right? Everybody wanted to know, how did Jack die? Right? And it's a crock pot. What?
Okay, Giamatti. I see you. I'm
like, I watched the episode, right? In real time. And he makes it out of the fire. I was like, what the fuck? Right? And then he goes to the hospital and yeah, he just didn't make it. The smoke inhalation. Like, what?
What? So let's go down this road. Because then the question is, how did the bloody cigarette pack get on the nightstand? Cal put it on the nightstand. His dad hit him on the head. He struggled with his dad. Dad leaves. He's still alive. He's stumbling. He puts the bloody cigarette thing on the nightstand, and then he just falls and dies. Right? Like he was perfectly alive when Dad left. That's why the dad didn't think he killed him, but he maybe killed him later. The only thing that messes anything up is the balcony and that kind of stuff. I totally agree. I haven't figured that out yet. I can't think of a plausible thing for that. I can't. I don't know. But we'll find out this season. I strongly believe we better solve who killed Cal this season so we can move on to Walking Dead next season. Because this can't go on for 2 more seasons. Like, that's ridiculous. Like, they're moving way too fast for one. We're killing characters and finding out new stuff. Cal gave that thing to Presley. At this point, that's the only thing that makes sense. Unless she just went through his room and stole it, which I can't. I mean, he maybe he was alive or he left. He didn't leave the room. Well, on camera, he didn't leave the room. At 10:04, the door was closed. Boom. He gave it to a daughter. Father killed him. That's my final theory. What's your current theory right now?
Well, I gave you the theory of, like, I don't know who exactly killed him, but I would dare to say Jane, maybe. I don't know.
That's not a theory, Jamani. You're like, I gave it to you. I don't have one.
No, I'm saying no. The iPad dropped over the balcony.
Okay.
Presley got it. I don't know. I would say maybe Jane did it. I'm like, I can see her jumping over a balcony. And
what I loved about Jane in this episode, if this is why she did it, was her genuine reaction to Billy being dead and her like fawning over him and making sure her DNA is on him. So if somebody does bother to investigate this, they'll be like, oh, Jane's stuff is, oh, of course, that makes sense. They were lovers. And she killed the dude. But I was like,
no, but like, even after like it's a crime scene and she's standing outside and she's like bawling, I was like, that is some good acting to just like have that amount of tears. Like,
that's what I'm saying. Like, she, as an actor, just separate as an actor, she is awesome. And then as a character, to go into that mode, knowing what she did, like is awesome. Like it's awesome. But yeah, anyway, I gotta get to Brave New World. Any final words?
Yeah, I don't think Billy's getting a funeral. So,
oh, he ain't getting no funeral. Yeah, that's facts. That's facts. We got Eye of the Tiger now, so we just got to move on.
Yeah. Hurry up and give us Presley's flashback or whatever, so we can find out how she got the tablet.
There you go. All right, Jamai. Thank you very much. See you tomorrow.
Like, comment, subscribe.
Thanks, Jamai. All right, guys. Thank you very much for hanging out with us. I got to get dressed and get up out of here. Tomorrow we're going to be doing Brave New World. Chris and I will do that, and then we will do New Orleans, the family business, because that's what we do. So I haven't watched the shit. I'm trying to wait and see what happens tomorrow. And then next, again, we got Ruthless coming in March. We got Power Book 3 coming in March. We got some Tubi movies March. So March is gonna be a lot of content, a lot more content will be out there for you guys to enjoy. And so yeah, have a great day. I will say thank you guys very much for hanging out with us. I see people watching us in the chat.
I enjoy the view very much.
I don't know what the fuck I was watching.
Rewatch this when we're done. Rewatch this. You'll see what we're talking about. You'll be like, oh shit.
Hilarious. Absolutely hilarious.
You want to go there?
Oh shit. Stacey, do your thing.
Fuck that shit.
But anyway, please like and share and comment on the video and all that kinds of stuff. As they say, we're just gonna end this broadcast and say bye.